Alright, let me say one thing before I get things started. TNA Impact Wrestling, can we please not have a main event not ending with a screwy finish with somebody interfering? No contest bullshit, please. Can we have like 1 week without that for once? Certainly tonight, we can't get away from it. But that is the premise of this review. My TNA Impact Wrestling review for tonight, January 19th, 2012. Overall, tonight's show was decent, okay show. You had okay wrestling. The main event, once again, kind of a screwy situation. Now we have an unanswered situation on a title situation. So let's get it popping with our first segment, which was James Storm. James Storm began the night as the number one contender. He won the match last week against Kurt Angle, declaring him number one contender in a great matchup, decent matchup between Storm and Mr. Angle. But then Jeff Hardy interrupted. Of course, we all know what happened last week. Jeff Hardy was in a title match against Bobby Roode last week. However, Bully Ray came involved and pulled the referee once when Hardy was about to get the 3 count on Bobby after nailing his second Swanton bomb. So Hardy's like, listen, Storm, you got your little number one thing, but I need my last shot. I need another shot against Roode. Another shot, Hardy? Another shot of whiskey? No, I'm kidding. They're always going to pull that joke on Jeff Hardy. So then Jeff and James are arguing. Then Bobby Roode comes out and says, neither of you should get a shot. Here comes Sting saying, listen, I'm not going to make the easy decision and make it a triple threat. No, I'm going to make you look for it. Look for at least one of you to get a shot. So it'll be James Storm against Jeff Hardy in your Impact main event. The winner will get a shot against Bobby Roode for the TNA World Championship. Well, we had that to think about. We had our first contest, which was Magnus. What happened with the team with him and Joe? Taking on what happened to TNA World Tag Team Champions Crimson. Now, last week, Crimson and Matt Morgan defeated Wabi E and Wabi E. However, Magnus and Joe attacked them after the match. So I smell another tag team title shot for them in the future. But we'll see what happened here with Magnus getting the loss against Crimson. Decent short matchup between these two. Decent matchup back and forth a little bit. But Crimson took control and got the victory over Mr. Magnus. But Magnus and Samoa Joe, for that matter, had the last word while Joe came out and attacked Mr. Crimson after the match. Both of them attacking, and I think Morgan didn't come out till much later. But Magnus and Joe sent another message to the TNA World Tag Team Champions by attacking them yet again. See what happens there. Like I said, Magnus and Joe have great potential in this TNA Tag Team division stagnant. Although we did see one half of a great tag team return tonight, and I'll get to him in a moment. But at least for now, Crimson and Joe feud, the Crimson, Morgan, Joe, Magnus feud got a little potential. And like I said, this situation there you go. But that was your second match, actually. I kind of forgot the first match, which was Gunner against AJ Styles. Now, I made a prediction on my attack line that something would happen with this match, but Kaz getting involved, Chris Daniels getting involved, boy was I right. AJ had the match well in hand, attacking Gunner through and through. Gunner had some trying to get the advantage, but AJ kept fighting back with a flying forearm, even a Pele. But then in the middle of the match, here comes Kaz, here comes Chris Daniels. And Daniels kind of forced Kaz to attack AJ while the referee was distracted with Ric Flair. Gunner got a move, like a DDT thing. 1, 2, 3. AJ lost to Mr. Intensity himself. Gunner. Following interference from Kaz. Now, like I said, this whole Kaz Daniels thing, we don't know if it's blackmail. Like, Daniels is like, Kaz, you don't do this for me. You're out of the contract. We still don't know why is Kaz doing what he's doing for Daniels. But we're going to try to find out in the next couple of weeks. But at least we're seeing the feud kind of intense. Because you see Kaz is very hesitant to interfere in AJ. Especially when he was wanting so much to help AJ following the match. Gunner was going to DDT him on the concrete like he's been doing to everybody else. Like he's been doing to Garrett Bischoff, to Douglas Williams, to recently RVD, and to Jesse Neal, who's out of the company. RVD may too. be out. But we'll find out soon enough. So, he tried to DDT AJ, but AJ then countered and got out of it in time without the help of Kaz, who was hesitant to, but Daniels made it back off. So we still got a lot of answers to get about the whole Kaz Daniels thing, but the Gunner AJ match was okay. Decent matchup, and of course the second matchup was, I reviewed it first, but it was, of course, Matt Morgan's partner Crimson getting the win over Magnus. But Magnus and Joe sent another message to the tag champs tonight. Speaking of tag champs, what happened to Knockouts tag champs? Madison Rayne took on Mickie James in a steel cage match. Following numerous interferences in all of Mickey's title matches, Madison was put in a cage match tonight following a statement by Sting last week. And despite the calmness from her partner Gail Kim was sent to the back as Madison had to fight alone in the cage against Mickie James in this match. For a Knockouts cage match, not a lot of blood in this match, but you know what? It was an okay matchup, back and forth matchup. Mickie had the advantage for most of the match, but then Madison being scared, but then got her feels away and dominated the second half of the matchup. But then Mickie could control the rest of the matchup. 1, 2, 3, pin after her DDT. Decent, at least 15-minute match. Like I said, I've said this on my review before. I think Knockouts are a tad bit better than the WWE Divas. For one, they don't have 5-minute matches all the time in TNA. They give Knockouts enough time to wrestle. And two, they don't have a pussy like Perez Hilton coding around the Knockouts like he does to the WWE Divas. So I had to make fun of that. Not the biggest Perez fan. You know what I mean? Wrong place for him to be in WWE. I'm glad he's not in TNA. Especially in this situation. I thought it was a great matchup. Decent matchup for Knockouts. The Knockouts match has been very good recently. Mickie James, Gail Kim main event a few weeks ago before Christmas was very good. And, you know, Mickey's been in a match, steel cage match against Tara a few years ago. That was a great matchup. In this match, not being a main event, but it was still decent knockout steel cage match. They used the cage well. They didn't use it as a weapon somewhat in decent situations. And I thought it was a very okay, decent knockouts match. Like I said, knockouts are not better, not totally better than WWE Divas, but a tad better than WWE Divas. So Mickie James gets the victory. But we found out also that Mickie James will at least fight to get another shot against the Knockouts champ Gail Kim, as she'll be in a triple threat match next week against Tara and Velvet Sky, who are both helping Mickie celebrate. But all that celebration will then turn to competition as they all fight next week for a shot against Gail for the Knockouts championship and against all odds. Well, speaking of finding out who's going to be getting a shot at against all odds against a champion, that leads us to our next segment with the reigning X-Division champion, AW, Austin Aries, talking about how he's beating up everybody and no one's left to beat. I was watching Austin Aries promo and I said, not knowing anything, I don't read spoilers for TNA, I can do the SmackDown. But like I said, I was watching Austin's skit. I was like, I smell a comeback. I smell a Motor City Machine Gun. Right on the money. Alex Shelley returned to the Impact Zone tonight, saying, listen, dumb butt, stupid head, I want another shot against you for the X Division Championship since you said there's no competition. Well, I'm competition for you now. Austin's like, I'm not afraid, but buddy, you gotta fight for it. So Shelley's like, if I have to fight on it, I want an opponent. You choose my opponent. Austin's like, okay. Shelley, you have to fight someone of my choice. If you beat this person, you get a shot against me and against all odds. So I'm guessing next week on Impact, Alex Shelley will be in a match against a hand-picked opponent by Austin Aries. I'm feeling like someone can Cash, maybe Ziva Iron, who knows. Austin didn't say who he was choosing, but whoever we choose will be going up against Shelley. And if Shelley wins this match next week, he will get a shot against AW for the X Division Championship and against all odds. I also didn't mention there was a segment involving Garrett training. Because Garrett's saying he's got a trainer that's going to shock the hell out of Bischoff when he finds out who the trainer is. I'm guessing Hogan. Does Hogan maybe come back soon? I'm hearing he'll be on the UK Impact tour. Apparently Impact may be taped from UK. I don't know. So then on to our match. Our next, I'm not even calling it a match. I'm calling it like a segment. It was Angelina Love, and I'm not kidding. Angelina Love took on Eric Young. Now, last week, Winter took on ODB in a match, but Crazy Cuckoo comically implanted Mr. Eric Young, thought it was a tag match, and started tangling up with Angelina a bit. And it's like, you want to play Duty Boy? Angelina challenged him in the back, and Winter attacked ODB in the back, so Eric had no help. Also, he thought near the end, it wasn't even a match. Like, Eric Young kept tangling with the referee, thinking stuff. It was, like, Eric Young's a silly head. You know, his gimmick's getting a little old to me. Like, the silly, brainless, cuckoo head, that gimmick's getting old, man. He needs to fight like a wheel post, not just like a crazy Santino Morello wannabe. So, although Eric, they kind of invented the slapstick stick right before Santino came into WWE. So we had Eric Young taking it up with the referee instead of Angelina. Then Angelina finally made him focus, well, with a low blow, causing a disqualification for Eric Young. But I'm not even calling it a win. I'm calling it a lose-lose. This match was stupid. It wasn't even a match. It was more like a fucking segment. So then after the low blow from Angelina to Eric, Winter came in the ring and double teamed with Angelina until ODB came back, attacking the hell out of Winter and Angelina. Then Eric finally got his hands on Angelina after the match even fucking ended. So, and ODB came out with the belt that Winter whipped her with when Winter attacked her. So, ODB and Eric were last standing, and ODB even gave Eric a big kiss. They're like the comedy duo of TNA right now, is ODB and Eric, ever since Sting paled them in a wild card tournament. So, we'll see how the love goes. It will last longer than Kim Kardashian and what's his name? Who knows? So Eric Young went for disqualification, but it was silly. Silly matchup, stupid match, shouldn't even happen. No wonder my answer's not on Impact. Anyway, or maybe soon. Now on to our main event, number one contendership match. Jeff Hardy taking on James Storm. Now this match, I was like, this could be something silly, because I thought they were going to have like Wood interfere, Bully Ray interfere, and boy, unfortunately, I was right. Another Impact main event ruined by a screwy interference. But until then, it was a decent matchup between James Storm and Jeff Hardy. Decent matchup back and forth. The crowd was half and half. You know, like people like saying, "Let's go Hardy, let's go Cowboy." You know, they'll chant their names in the opening segment, and now here they are. The fan bases were out in force. It was the Creatures of the Night against James Storm's fans. You know, I can't think of a proper name for them. Storm heads, who knows? Stormers, who knows? But it was a decent matchup between James and Jeff. Okay matchup, back and forth action from both guys. A little slow in the beginning, but it picked up. But then Bully Ray interfered in the match. Hardy was about to be beat up by Storm, and then Bully knocked out Hebner. Then Earl Hebner came out. Earl got attacked by Bully Ray. So it was once again another no contest. Bully Ray beat up the referees. It beat up both Hardy and Storm. Then Wood came out and added more insult to injury, attacking once again both Storm and Hardy, and he declaring it a no contest. Well, hours after, Bully Ray was chased out by Sting with a baseball bat. So what will Sting do about this situation? Will he make it a triple threat or even a fatal four-way? Because I know Bully Ray wanted a shot, and Sting said no. That gave Bully Ray more incentive to make sure that if he wasn't going to get a shot, nobody would get a shot. Because he's friends with Bobby Roode and all. So that's why he came out and attacked Storm and Hardy, causing the no contest. It was a decent matchup until that point. And like I said in the beginning of this video, TNA, can we have a main event without anything screwing? You know, we had, like I said, Madison Ray interfering in the Gale Mickey James match way long back. And even though we had a finish, it was still a little interference. We just had a TNA main event with a clean finish, no interference, and a no contests, please. Let's see if they can get the memo next week. But overall, tonight's Impact was an okay Impact. Okay Impact. It's TNA. You know, it's always in or miss with them. It was kind of a in the middle of the night. There's some okay wrestling action. Kind of interference, a spoiler main event yet again. But we'll see what Sting's going to do about this. I smell either a triple threat or a fatal four-way for the title with Bully Ray, Storm, Hardy, and Roode add against the lines. And who knows, maybe Sting may make himself special against referee. Who knows? But we'll find all that next week, especially finding out also who will face off against Gail Kim for the title and against all odds with Mickey James, Velvet, and Tara in a triple threat. And also, Austin Aries has put Alex Shelley in the match. Who? We don't know. Alex Shelley will get a match against somebody. If Alex wins, he gets a shot against Austin Aries for the title at Against All Odds. That's it for my review. Thank you all very much. Comment your thoughts below. That mine's been attacked by a review from Zach. Thank you all very much. Have a great night. See you all later. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah.